attack trio versus the sea of duos. Reason finds a big elimination onto Swizzy though, and Chap going to immediately drop back. Tayson still on the high ground. This is looking primed up for Tayson to bring it home.
That was a huge knock for both. They finished that elimination on the Reason. This is a 2v2v2, and the only team alive with all three is going to be Rapid, Kanata, and Bolts. Ow, that's not my fault. I didn't curse him, but it is now just one less player that they have to worry about. Tayson trying to drop down low, but maybe a little too soon. Chicho as well. He gets shut down, and Kanata, Rapid, and Bolts steal the game.
Max Nada strikes again, and this time it's for the victory royale.
They're trying to get away from this catalyst on the low ground.
But queasy and Merstash were the only ones that made it to the mountaintop, and queasy, it is just raining down from above. Queasy continuing to find those eliminations. Pump gonna be dropped. It's only Baka and Yakko, and Panzer's been eliminated too. Queasy and Merstash away with it. No one left to challenge them. Kings of the mountain.
If you were to ask anybody, who do you think is gonna win? M8 is all what the crowd wants to see.
By IGL, I've got the backup here. Swizzy taking him out. Vanya, sorry that it's a fellow gentleman, but it's just business, not personal. Cammy also eliminated for Stash. Now trying to see if he can take out Chap along the way, but Savage, Mr. Savage still making it work.
This is it. It's basically all EU here in the end game. Chap down below, trying to make a play. He's gonna get cut short. Reason as well. It's all up to Savage, but no, the entire trio ends up back in the lobby. Swizzy has finally come down. He's ready to steal this game away. They have 12 eliminations, already matching their last game win.
Don't count out Pix Darman Demons though. These guys love winning through the low ground. We've seen them do it time and time again, and Queasy with no materials. Pix also no materials. I drop lurking directly behind the team on low ground though, and Merstash, Swizzy, they're starting to drop. They're trying to see if they can close this one out. Queasy finds a knock. Demus is out. Queasy going for the back-to-back. It is all Queasy, Merstash, and Swizzy for a Game 3 victory royale. Everybody else in this lobby looking substantially healthier too.
I feel like I've seen this episode of Fortnite before. Game 2, Game 3, and it's looking like it could be possible for Game 4. 370 points and counting. Only 2 teams in front of him, both of them weak. Vanya's trying to do what he can, but he only has one teammate, Marius as well, with the full trio up above. They get the wipe onto one. They're looking to close this one out as well. Marius in his line of sight, but Swizzy, he takes a big shot. That's a surprise attack, but luckily for him, his 2 teammates have his back. Merstash gets the drop on the Marius, stays alive. They're targeting out Vanya. 3v1 situation, and they go back to back to back to win another game.
When have you ever seen on the global stage the trip skis of victory royales? Queasy, Swizzy, and Merstash are setting a new precedent here in the 2025 Globals performance.
Luke, he's bringing it back up to his IGL.
And that is all Swizzy has to keep tabs on alongside Merstash. Everything getting dropped at Queasy's feet so he can have the ultimate success here. But Marius, he's in too much trouble. Marius trying to squeeze away. It's Vico, it's Veno, and Flixie chasing them down. They know that they're gonna have to clear out all of these players inside of these lower layers if they want a real shot at beating Queasy up on height.
Yeah, if there's any team that I think has a chance to look up and at least give them a fight, it is going to be them, as Marius is forced outside of the zone, almost a 1v1 against Clix, and Clix gets the knock. Can he get the elimination? No, he can't. No siphon for him, but the battle, the inevitability is finally here. Vico's taking charge, but he's also taking most of that damage. Flixie's forced to reload. Veno is in that mid-cut as well, a challenge that they did not find success on, but relatively so. Even if they might not have the high ground, they put Queasy and Merstash on the back foot.
And that's the problem, Queasy, Merstash. They could still tank a little bit of zone here just because of that exotic fizz, but at the same time, Vico, Veno, Flixie, they're now trying to remind everybody this might be it's Queasy's tourney so far, but we still want to take the that. Merstash! Merstash finding the biggest elimination on the Veno, the siphon carrying him forward. The hopes of Gentleman now resting on his shoulders. Flixie trying to hang, but Flixie wins it all, shutting down the dream here for Queasy. Veno saying it all. Anything you can do, I can do better. No overhead.
this is a good moment for all the players down low. They're distracted up above, but not too distracted. They drop down. Surprise attack coming from above. Down goes Queasy. Pixie's gonna follow as well. Vanya's now by himself. He gets taken down by Chino. Pablo, Tino, they're the only two alive for the team from high ground to low. They're trying to take the fight to Demas, and that one is gonna be solidified. And a much-needed siphon comes in just in time. A 2v1 situation, and it's Pix. He's so far out of zone, and the last medkit has already been used. A last desperation attempt to make his way into the zone, and it does not work. From Oxy, Pablo, and Gino take the game.
They knew that they were going to need an insane performance to close out the day.
Raining fire down from above. They get that knock on the Kanata, and you see the Bowberry Fizz coming out. They're getting ready. The inevitability, the drop down from above, it comes in. Kanata gets cleaned up. The siphon comes into play. Wax is doing damage. Malabuka is causing pain.
Wax and Malabuka, they might just be able to do it, Chef. Not going to be able to withstand the pressure here. Malabuka with a huge cleanup shot. Wax now just needs to seal this one out. And just like that, Malabuka and Wax, they take down Pixie. And that's going to be the first victory royale. Force the drop and enter the fight down below. Panzer Seti and Yapko, though, 11, they're so healthy.
Yapko, they're looking strong, but can they close it out on the low ground? Demas will fall. And so now, Seti, Panzer, Yapko looking to remind the rest of the competition that they are in it for the win. Wax has no more HP to hold on. The tree will be the only thing stopping it. They just need to connect with the final shot, and the Storm will do the job. They are the favorites, but right now in Leon, you must give them respect. They win game number 7.
Seti, Yapko, and Panzer go down. Vanya, I'm not sure what happened, but he gets knocked. 2 players up on the high ground. Sphinx trying to battle back, but Pixie gets dropped. Marius falls as well. Pix, Darm, and Demas, the underdogs, are looking to take it all because they might be one of the only trios left in this lobby, but I spoke too soon. Darm goes down. They have to get the revive. They're the only team on the low ground in the zone.
Sphinx and Shadow, they don't have a chance. They can't push through. They know they need to find a way to break open. But Darm, that's a big shot. That's all that they needed. Phaser, last man standing on height. Pig still trying to see where's his last player. He's looking to chop out Phaser. Whether or not Phaser can even drop, does he have the Flowberry Fizz? Will he fall before he gets the chance? He was hoping somebody else would deal with Poland. But Pix and Demas, this is it. Costa Gura raining through. Pix, Demas, and Darm bring it home.
From underdogs to top dogs. And with Queasy, Swizzy, and Mustache going down early, that shoots them straight up that leaderboard. Only 3 full trios left in this game. Shadow, Sphinx, and Muzz are one of them, but they're getting pressured on the other side, on the low ground by King Phaser, PH in. They're trying to run around, take priority on this zone. They have beaten Muzz up this hill, but they're focusing on the high ground. They ran out of builds. It's all turning sideways. Down goes PH in. King is scrambling. He's able to get one, but it's not enough. 3v3. The eventuality comes in. Marius is dropping down. He wants to finish the fight, but he's gonna go down. Vanya trying to stay up. 2 different medkits, 2 splashes left, and it's a 1v3 situation.
Muzz, Sphinx, and Shadow might have just done it. All they have to do is remain fully intact. Vanya still from up above. He's got a couple of chug splashes. He's got a couple of medkits. This might be our first heal up that we are witnessing, Jacob. He knows he doesn't have any other choice. He's got to fully retreat. Sphinx gonna be the last line of defense. He's violating going forward. He can't manage to figure out where Vanya is at, though. There's so much space in between them. Shadow still has 130 left in the Medmas, but Vanya, 4 bandages, still has the splashes. Is Storm Sickness going to come into effect, or will Shadow manage to do it with the Medmas? Vanya scrambling. He found another medkit. Where does it keep coming from? But he can't hold on. It's completely over. It was an excellent attempt, but Sphinx, Muzz, and Shadow, they find their one.
Kami, Hottie, that's relatively loose because Eyedrop is down. Kadu, Striker, and Tisco, they could take it all.
And this is what the international scene has needed all weekend long, but no, Cammy, Hottie, Cammy's not gonna be able to make it through. It's only Tisco, Striker, and Kadu left to deal with Hottie, but Ari, he'll be forced to charge forward. He tries to head towards the high ground, but he just doesn't have the HP. Tisco just
quickly as he was by himself. That was Seti and Yapko. They're one of 3 teams left alive. Panzer's trying to move in, 20 HP. He's quickly running out of builds. Seti as well, but he's gonna go out. Cammy, his invitational partner, has done it again. He ends his show. He said, no, you will not pass me. You will not take my money, as Cooper and Curly are still down below. 2v3 situation, 3v1. I drop Dari and Cammy win the final game of the day.
What an impossibly crazy finish! Nobody could have